Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. First of all, I have to say thank you guys so much for all of the love and support that I've been receiving on my first cash stuffing video. I seriously appreciate you guys liking, commenting, subscribing. It's been so exciting to see the feedback and obviously, I really appreciate the warm welcome that I've received from everyone on my last video. I can't believe there are already over 300 of you guys who are joining my family here on YouTube. I really appreciate it. I honestly just can't say thank you enough. So sorry if my voice is a little bit shaky. I am just getting over a little bit of a cold. So bear with me, but I did want to make this video for you guys. We got to keep the ball rolling. So today we are going to be doing a cash stuffing of $800. So this is basically what is left over of my bi-weekly paycheck after I pay my bills, and all that good stuff. So this is savings, sinking funds, and weekly spending. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go ahead and quickly count my cash. I had these random $2 just loose in my purse, so we're gonna go ahead and stuff them today. I'm not sure where they came from, so here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and start by stuffing my wallet. So this week's wallet isn't going to be super fun. I'm trying to save as much money as possible. I have a little bit of debt, like I mentioned in my last video, that I want to pay off, and I do have some parking tickets that I need to pay off. So I need to be really transparent with you guys, but I am going to make a separate video about my debt situation, and we can dive in a little bit more in that video, but this is just going to be cash stuffing. We're going to keep it fun here. So for groceries this week, we are going to get $50. Okay. For shopping, I'm going to skip that this week. For personal fun, I did budget $50. So this is something that I'm like trying to figure out, is like living in the city, being 25, my friends want to go out all the time. There are little concerts here and there. People want to go get drinks and all that fun stuff. So I really need to figure out how to budget that. But I also, it's not something that I really want to spend money on. I'm not a huge drinker, not a huge partier. So this is just for if I do go get a drink. But ideally, I'd like to spend this on going to Home Goods or getting my nails done or buying like some new makeup. I don't know. So we'll figure that out, but I did budget $50 for myself this week. For coffee is gonna get 15. So we're gonna do a 10 and a 5. So this is for whenever I wanna go sit at Starbucks and work. So that's important for me. There's that. For food, I'm skipping food because my goal is to eat at home. So my goal is to use my grocery money and make healthy meals at home. So we will see how that goes. I'll keep you updated. And then for gas, I did up gas. I needed to be more realistic with myself. $25 was definitely not enough with these gas prices right now. So I am going to go ahead and add 40 to my gas envelope. There's that. Okay. All right, so next up we have our first, I guess this is like low priority sinking funds. So I'm going to stuff my spending for next week. I know I explained this in my first video. So if you're curious about what my allowance envelope means, go watch my first cash stuffing because I do explain it there. So for this, I'm gonna break it down for you guys really quick, but we are going to do 60 for groceries next week, And then I'm going to do another 40 for gas. And then we are going to do another 15 for coffee. And then, let's see. So I think I actually meant to do 320s for that $60 for groceries. So I'm gonna put this 10 back. So I have $50 for spending, and then I have 60 for groceries. I have 40 here for gas, and then I have 15 for coffee. So hopefully that makes sense. Next we have pets. So for Oliver and Simba, they're gonna be getting $20. I am gonna need to order some soft food again here in a couple days, if not today. So if you're curious, they now have $40. In beauty, we are skipping. So we're skipping beauty this week. For home, I believe I am also skipping home this week. For vacation, I am going to be doing 30. So for vacation, we have 20, 40, 50 in vacation. My friend actually brought up going on a little road trip to Michigan in a couple of weeks, so I am excited for that, and I will definitely probably be using the funds that I save in this folder. For clothing this week, we are going to be adding 40. So clothing gets 40. We now have 50, 70, 90, 95 in clothing. Awesome. Okay, now moving on to our high priority binder. So in this, we have our medical. Medical is getting a 20 this week. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95. We now have 100 in medical. That's really nice. In insurance, so insurance is getting a pretty penny this week. I realized I kind of sorted out the situation with my car insurance with my mom. So in June, my car insurance will be due. That is right around the corner. It's about $470. So yay for me. I have to save a little bit more in this folder so that I can have the amount that I need in a couple of months. So I mean, it's better. I'm glad I know now versus being hit with like a $500 freaking, expense without expecting it. So it's getting 120 this week. Actually, it's supposed to be 122. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use these $2 that I had in my purse. So we have 102 in here. Let's see what that brings us to. Okay, so I have 1, 50, 70, 90, 95, 200, 1, 2. So 202 in here. That's for insurance. And then we have Christmas. So I don't remember if I don't think I'm stuffing Christmas this week, unfortunately. I am also skipping gifts, and then emergency is already fully funded. I actually need to take this to the bank and put that in a savings account soon. Okay, moving on to my savings binder. So this is my fun little, this is the binder that I'm actually excited about because these are for my long-term goals. But I am still deciding on what I want to use my $200 savings challenge for. Once it's complete, I'm not sure what I want to do yet. I have debt that I could put it towards. Obviously, I would love to roll it over into one of my other savings envelopes, but of course, I think paying off debt is probably the smarter choice. Let me know what you guys think. I could also put it towards those parking tickets that I was talking about. So I think that's what I'll end up doing. But let's go ahead and add a 20 to our $200 savings challenge. So we're gonna add a 20. So now we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. Awesome. Let me make sure. I have 20, 40, 60, 80, 1. I get to color in another one. I'm gonna go with this light pink. Okay, next we have goals. And goals this week, I believe we are going to do, let's see, what's in savings? So for savings, I can do 120. Ooh, yay. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna do 110 in my goals this week. So we have a $100 bill and a 10. So let me go ahead and add that in here. Okay. Let's total up our goals folder. We have 152, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 50, 70, 90, 810, 820. Oh my gosh. So I have 820 in goals. That is so close to 1,000. So once I reach 1,000, I will also be putting this in the bank. So that's exciting. So that's awesome. For my savings, we are adding the rest of what we have here, which is $120. So our 10s will go at the back, and then my 100 will go on top. So I have 152, 53, 20, 40, 60, 80, 420, 30, 40. So $440 here in savings. I added 120 today, so I'm gonna go ahead and color in this guy right here. This is not cute. I know this tracker is not cute, guys. I really want a more visually appealing, aesthetically pleasing one, but this is, I'm not gonna spend money on one right now. So that's what we're working with, but it's still fun for me either way. Here we have it. Our bi-weekly cash stuffing is good to go. We are all done. I feel like this video went by so fast. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Please let me know what you'd like to see. I will try to link everything that I have, all of the things that I use here in my video down below. Forgot to include my wallet, but I appreciate you guys so much. I will see you in the next one. Bye.